My parents sold my house, the house I worked my entire life for, just to fund my sister's wedding. That day, I decided this was no longer my family. This was war. I was the eldest son, the one who worked day and night, saving every rupee, every dollar, until finally, I bought my dream house. All my life, my parents told me that family comes first, and I believed them. I paid their bills, I covered their debts, I stood by them, while my own dreams were always pushed aside. But there was always one thing I couldn't ignore: my younger sister. She was the jewel of the family, the favorite child. Every sacrifice I made was for her happiness. And yet, no matter what I did, it was never enough. When I finally bought my house, I thought, maybe now they'll respect me. Maybe now they'll see me as more than just a wallet. But little did I know, my success wasn't a victory to them. It was just another thing they wanted to steal. I didn't shout. I didn't fight. I simply watched. Because what my parents didn't know was that I never trusted them fully. Long before they made their move, I had already transferred the ownership papers back into my name. Quietly, secretly. They thought they were clever, but every step of their betrayal, I documented. Every receipt, every message, every lie, saved. So, I played along. I let them believe they had control. I smiled when they mocked me. I stayed silent when they dismissed me, because I was waiting for the perfect moment. And that moment came on the wedding day, in front of hundreds of guests, family, friends, relatives who had always laughed at me. I stood up. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wedding my parents paid for, with money that wasn't even theirs. Because the house they sold, they never owned it. I did. The room froze. My parents' smiles vanished. The greedy relatives who once mocked me turned their faces away in shame. And my sister, the so-called jewel of the family, burst into tears. Her dream wedding collapsed in an instant. My parents begged me to stop. They whispered, "Don't embarrass us. We're family." But family, real family, doesn't betray you. Real family doesn't sell your dreams for someone else's celebration. I warned you, but you chose greed over love. And today, everyone will see the truth. I held up the ownership papers, every signature, every seal, every proof of their betrayal. The guests stared in disbelief. My parents' faces turned pale. They thought they had thrown me out, but the house they sold never belonged to them. It always belonged to me. And in that moment, the power shifted. The people who once underestimated me bowed their heads in silence. The relatives who laughed at me now whispered my name with fear. And my parents, the ones who called me a burden, finally realized I was the only one they could never break. That day, I didn't just take back my house, I took back my life. And that was my final payback.